Our next trend that we talked about on Friday was ionization energy. Ionization energy is the energy it takes to remove electrons from an atom. So if we look at our periodic table again, those atoms with more valence electrons, 5, 6, 7, it's going to take more energy to remove an electron because it wants to gain them. And because it wants to gain them, it doesn't want to get rid of any. And so if it has to get rid of any, it's going to be a struggle. Compared to the other atoms with 3 to 1 valence electrons, it's not going to take a lot of energy because it's already losing them. So it's not going to be a struggle at all. So less energy to remove electrons. And again, that is because it's already losing electrons, so it doesn't need to fight with the atom to get rid of them. It's just going to lose them anyway because it wants to remove those electrons so it can get to that golden 8 valence electron number. So when we look at the periodic table, the trend that ionization energy follows is actually the same as electronegativity. It increases as you go up, and it increases as you go to the right. And so if we look at our two elements again, fluorine and francium, fluorine has the highest electronegativity, like we said. It wants electrons the most out of any other element. It also has one of the highest ionization energies because of that same reason. It doesn't want to get rid of electrons. It wants to attract them and gain another one. So if fluorine has to get rid of an electron, it's going to take a lot of energy to do so. Francium, on the other hand, we said has the lowest electronegativity because it has so many electrons, it only has one valence. It doesn't need any more electrons. It's not going to notice if it loses one. And so it also has one of the lowest ionization energies because it doesn't take a lot of energy to get rid of electrons for francium. It has so many electrons it can't hold on to them all. And so if we look at another set of elements, let's look at bromine and barium. Barium has 2 valence electrons because it's in that 2 valence row. And bromine has 7. It has 7 valence electrons because it's in that column with 7 electrons for the valence shell. If we look at their locations, barium is in the lower left near the lowest electronegativity. Bromine's kind of in the middle, but it's on the side where it's gaining electrons. And because it's really close to 8, because it has 7 valence electrons. So when we look at it, follow the trend that ionization energy increases as we go up and to the right. Bromine will have a higher ionization energy. It takes more energy to remove an electron from bromine than it does barium. So therefore, when we are finding or comparing, I should say, elements for ionization energy, so the energy it takes to remove electrons, if it's going to gain electrons, it is going to have a higher energy than an atom who's going to lose electrons. And that's because it wants electrons, so it doesn't want to get rid of any, it wants more. And so if it has to get rid of any, it's going to take a lot. Following the trend, you go up, and to the right it increases.